All right, let's shift our focus to the war in Ukraine, where the attack against energy infrastructure has once again escalated. Ukraine says it has struck at the very heart of Russia's oil lifeline. The Ukrainian armed forces claim an overnight strike on the Saratov oil refinery in southwestern Russia, a facility that supplies petroleum products directly to Russian forces. Explosions and fire were reported in the area, but the full extent of the damage is still being assessed. Saratov refinery, which processed nearly 5 million tons of oil last year, produces more than 20 types of petroleum products, including gasoline and diesel. This strike comes just days after Ukraine targeted Russia's largest refining complex on the outskirts of UFA, some 1,400 kilometers from the front line on Saturday. That site, operated by Bashneft, is one of the largest in Russia and produces more than 150 different oil products. Over the summer, Ukrainian drones attacked Russian refineries, have reportedly disrupted processing capacity and have pushed fuel prices higher at the pump. Moscow, meanwhile, is striking back on multiple fronts. Russia's defense ministry says its forces carried out fresh strikes in Sumy, Kharkiv, Donetsk and Zaporizhzhia, destroying what it claims were Ukrainian fuel depots, logistics hubs and drone storage sites. And now, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky is warning that this escalation has taken the form of what he calls an aerial terror campaign. He says Russia has launched more than 3,500 drones and nearly 190 missiles against Ukraine just this month. And these new strikes hit hard. In Zaporizhzhia, one was killed, several injured, with several fires breaking out. In Mykolaiv, one person killed. In Kharkiv, 2 more injured. And across central, southern and eastern Ukraine, waves of more than 100 drones rained down. Russia claims its drones struck a gas distribution site in the Sumy region. A facility, it says, supported Ukrainian forces. But Ukraine hit back, targeting, as I mentioned earlier, the Saratov oil refinery overnight. So as the attacks intensify, the UN's nuclear watchdog says shelling came dangerously close to the Russian-held Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant located just 400 kilometers from its fuel storage area. Black smoke rose from these 3 locations, raising fresh fears over nuclear safety. And Russia's own state pipeline giant, Transneft, has warned oil producers they may have to cut output after Ukrainian drone attacks on export ports and refineries. Though Moscow dismissed that as part of the West's information war. On the military front, Washington has stepped back in. U.S. President Donald Trump has approved its first weapons packages for Ukraine, up to 2 $500 million shipments, this time under a new cost-sharing deal with the European allies. Poland is moving forward with its Orca submarine program as well, set to decide this week and acquire 3 new submarines by year-end, as part of Warsaw's effort to counter Russia. In Moscow, Russia and Belarus concluded joint war games, and for the first time since 2022, U.S. officials were invited to observe. The drills featured tactical nuclear weapons as well as Russia's Oreshnik hypersonic missile, which was once used to target Ukraine. Putin himself flew to Nizhny Novgorod to watch the drills. As far as peace talks are concerned, Russia's Deputy Foreign Minister Sergei Ryabkov has said that Moscow hopes to resume talks with the U.S. officials later this year to ease tensions. All eyes are also on the talks that are going to be taking place between Trump and Zelensky soon. For latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.